Hey everybody, my name's RJ Thompson. I'm the instructor for this course and welcome to day one of ART170 web graphic design. Let's take a walk and I'll tell you a little about myself. So I live in the Bellevue neighborhood of Pittsburgh, or really the Bellevue borough. It's its own separate thing. I've been living here since 2012, but I've been in Pittsburgh since 2003, and like many of you, I got my start in graphic design with an associate degree. I went to a tech school called the International Academy of Design and Technology in downtown Pittsburgh, where the William Penn building is, the William Penn Hotel actually. And I got a really great experience out of that. On the associate level, I learned a lot about technology and the software, and just everything that goes into making good work happen. But really, my story begins at the age of 11. I started as a graphic designer when I was 11 years old. This was 1995, and I got my first computer, and with it came a printer. And at the time, I had a bunch of Marvel superhero action figures, and for whatever reason, the Captain America toy that I had, it didn't come with a shield. What kind of sacrilege is that? So that's a huge violation. So I used a tool called, it was actually an Adobe product. I think it was called Adobe Photo Deluxe. And I used it to make a shield. And I printed it out, cut it out of cardboard, and there we go. So that is the beginning of my story. And there are some high school students that are gonna walk past me, and they're gonna look at me very strangely and wonder, what the hell am I doing? What is going on here? What is this strange person doing? So anyway, after that I moved into making graphics for race cars, and I started doing websites, and so I've been doing web design ever since maybe 1996, 1997, and I saw a fair amount of crap out there and decided to dedicate my life to web design, and here we are. So I'll be doing these daily updates for you guys in this course, usually in the mornings, so feel free to check in on TikTok or YouTube or on the Blackboard shell, and I'll offer a variety of different musings and anecdotes and thoughts, sort of like how I am now, and it's all stream of consciousness. There's very little structure to it. But anyway, coming back to my story. So I started design at 11, went to school, associate degree like you guys are. I then transferred to Cal U, where I had a really great experience there. I lived behind a gas station in a basement apartment with no windows, and that was awesome, and I'll tell you more about that later. And then after that, I got my first job at a small nonprofit organization called YPA Magazine, where I produced a printed magazine for all the high schools in Pennsylvania for a few months. Soon after that, I left and I started working for Heinz North America. So when you guys see the Heinz ketchup bottle with the tomato and the vine on it, then you'll know that I was a part of the team that did that. So that's pretty cool to have that kind of project done so early in my career. Anyway, from there, I started teaching at La Roche University in 2009, and I have been teaching ever since. And I've taught at La Roche for 2 years. I taught at Carnegie Mellon for a year, Edinburgh University, where some of you may transfer to, depending on what the articulation agreements look like. I taught at Youngstown State University with Professor Rich Helfrich for 7 years, and in fact I worked with him at La Roche University as well. And then I've been teaching adjunct at Point Park for the past year and a half, and now I'm joining you at CCAC this year, this summer. So this is my first course, and I'm hoping for a really positive experience despite how brief our time together is. So that's a little bit about my educational background and some of my teaching background, but I've also got a very diverse and prolific professional background. So one of the things that I've done is I've started 4 companies in my time, and in fact This is my fourth one. This is the logo for Plus Public. Plus Public, I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Anyway, it is a design research practice where myself and my partner, Kent Kerr, we actually brand communities. So we'll design the logo, we'll design everything that a city or borough or municipality needs to communicate what it's like living there, or if they want to bring in business. It's a really exciting company, and we've done some really cool research-based things that I'll be sharing with you throughout the course. If you're reading the types of sites document on Blackboard, you'll actually see a few links in there for some of the research that I've done with college and university branding. So take a look at that. What else can I tell you? My first company was called Zola Design. It was based in the north side, on the North Shore actually, right underneath the Veterans Bridge. I ran that for 5 years. I had a couple employees at age 25, 26. After that, I merged it into another company called Shift Collaborative, which was based in East Liberty. I was creative director and co-owner there for a year. Sold my shares and moved on, and a couple years later, I started Plus Public, and we've had a really great run. So I'm going to share a lot of my entrepreneurial background and some of my life lessons there that I think will yield a lot of value for you guys, because web design is extremely entrepreneurial. And I can talk a lot about writing contracts, budgeting for projects, pricing them out, and really giving you a very broad sense of how web design works in practice, in professional practice. And we'll do that throughout the course. So if there's any point you guys have questions or anything that's on your mind, please let me know, and I'm happy to address it. So I've already violated my own rule where I try to keep these to be 1 to 3 minutes long, and we're pushing 7 minutes already. So I'm going to end it there, and I'll add a few more videos to the Blackboard shell today, and as well as additional Blackboard content for you to consume and check out. And we will have our first, hopefully, live discussion beginning the second week once I get a sense of what everybody's availability is. So stay tuned. I appreciate your patience. We're gonna have a good experience, and if there's anything you ever need at any time, just reach out. I'm always available. See ya.